Welcome to Xbox Uncuts, episode 291, a podcast for adults by adults. This week joining me, I have Eric. Welcome to the show, Eric.
What's up? I'm here on time.
On time,
You
sir.
know,
On time.
on time. You can't say I'm late this time.
Not this week. Not this week. All right, we also have the one and only Steph. Welcome to the show, Steph. Thank you for being here this late hour. I'm going to come back to you in just a minute. Will, making sure we all stay in line. How are you doing this week, Will?
Hey, I'm doing good. Pleasure to be here as always. Been a couple weeks, but 2 weeks, but not bad. And it hasn't been a whole lot of stuff going on anyway, besides the stuff we covered before. But
yeah, but I hope everybody had an enjoyable New Year, and so coming off of Christmas.
Christmas fire.
Yeah,
Enjoyed it. I ended up getting a Switch.
Did you? That's cool.
I didn't show you the pictures.
I don't think so. I mean, the thing we might have to share friend codes. That's all. If we're friends anymore.
I don't even know how to do that. I lost my damn Nintendo account. I think I couldn't. What?
Start a new one.
Whatever.
Do something.
Yeah, that's what I did. I started a new one. Like whatever.
Yeah, then we'll share friend codes. Yeah.
If I didn't have any like games that could transfer, I don't know. For it.
I know Steph's very happy coming.
I'm very happy.
Steph is what is it, a Tennessee Titans fan, I believe.
Oh.
That is correct, sir. We slayed the beast. We
slayed
the dragon.
You're hype.
I don't know if you slayed the dragon. I'm glad y'all beat the Patriots.
Wait, let me finish. We slayed the dragon. We actually found that it was a donkey in a dragon's costume. It wasn't a real dragon.
I believe that. But you still have a much harder game ahead. Much harder game ahead.
Yeah.
He knows what I'm talking about. Them Ravens, they're gonna have to.
That's me dying. Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I think maybe we can pull it off.
There's a chance. I mean, I think all the teams in the playoffs right now deserve to be there. They're like everybody is a high quality
team. What about
team.
Saints, man? What about them Saints?
I got no problem with the Saints.
I know they got beat out that first game. I wasn't really expecting that, to be honest with you. But well.
I mean, that's how football goes, man. I'm just glad it's not going to be all Patriots talk until the Super Bowl.
No, don't worry about that. They're still talking about them.
I know, but
listen,
they had to kick that one down a notch. I know this isn't. As a Chiefs fan, I didn't think there was no way the Patriots were getting past Baltimore and Kansas City. That shit wasn't happening ever, and now it's kind of they're just being kind of like hushed off the field a little bit, and it's like y'all ain't going.
Yeah,
I think it makes for more interesting games in the AFC.
Yeah, I don't. Do you think you guys could? You think the Chiefs can take down the
Texans?
Ravens again?
Oh yeah, definitely.
No, the Ravens.
Oh, I think we can. Kansas City has a great defense, insane offense. Look, last 6 games we had the top defense in the NFL.
Yeah, but y'all didn't really play. Y'all didn't play any good teams the last few games.
The last 6 games, we never played a good team. That's yep.
Like a high-powered offensive team is what I'm saying. Like I didn't play like the 49ers or the Ravens or the Texans again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's Kansas City, sir. It's Kansas City. We gonna be
believe in you.
Putting it up there.
Y'all are my pick. Y'all are my pick to come out and go to the Super Bowl. So
I mean, I don't know. Don't get me wrong. Tennessee. I'm not saying they don't have a chance, but I think it really does come down to either the Ravens or Kansas City going to the Super Bowl this year. It's one of the two.
Oh yeah. Well, it's definitely going to be Kansas City. There's no way it's not going to be Kansas City. This is their time. But I tell you what, though, if we make it past these Ravens, and it's the Chiefs, you seen what Andy Reid's record is against the Titans? They only beat them one time. He's 1-9 against the Titans. That's crazy, ain't it? You know?
Don't worry, we got you.
1-9, baby.
All right, I think people want to hear about Xbox instead of Kansas City and Tennessee Titans.
I understand.
Let's see what happened to the news this week. Let's see. Microsoft trademarked "Power Your Dreams" before anybody else could, apparently, to like really push their big promotion. I mean, we'll see how this plays out in marketing. What do y'all think of the motto? I guess that's what it is. Power your dreams.
That's all right.
They got 14 studios. I guess hopefully it's a variety of games.
Yeah, I'm not. It's cool. I don't know. I like that no power greater than X kind of thing. I
Yeah.
kind of like that one better.
Maybe they'll have
not
that one
terrible.
after they reveal the PS5. You gotta double check.
I feel like this is more like I feel like that's more for like developers, like just like marketing for the developers, so they can put their games on the console. Because they're trying to get as many people as they can to develop for them, compared to like last gen, where they had less indies and Japanese developers. So hopefully this will put a better message out and get more support from different types of development studios that maybe weren't on board this gen.
Mm.
Yeah, the publishers too, of course. That's like the biggest thing.
Talking about getting their message out, AMD showed off a mock-up Xbox Series X with fake ports on the back. They got off a third-party site.
That was weird.
So they showed it. Essentially, I think the original site just took the ports off the back of a like a 1S or 1X and just kind of like photoshopped them in position on a Series X. And AMD, it's like, hey, we need a mock-up of the next Xbox just so that we can talk about it on stage and put up the wrong photos of what the back end of the Xbox looks like. Windows Central and Brad Sams both kind of came together to figure out. Well, it was Paul Thurrott actually that broke the story of what the back of the system's going to look like, and it didn't have an HDMI in. It had USB-A instead of USB-C, and I'm not sure if these are dev kit specs or if these are actually what the console backend's going to look like. I would say we would need to wait for the announcement of these. Like to see what's officially coming off the back, because personally I want them to have an HDMI in. It's something I do use, and I was discussing it with a friend of mine, and I think it would make a ton of sense to have an HDMI in, not even specifically for TV, but for like cameras. Like if you could have, hey, the streamers out there, if you want to hook up your DSLR straight to the Xbox and then broadcast and put overlays and stream directly from the Xbox using, just the Xbox itself and have a high-end setup. Like, that'd be really freaking awesome if they could pull it off. I'd imagine with the CPUs and everything that both Sony and Microsoft are going to be pushing their streaming features, because just how big streaming has become for video games. It would be wild or very, very weird if they kind of just stayed the same as they are this gen when it comes to streaming. I imagine we'll see overlays and stuff like that going into both consoles.
Yeah, I'll obviously want another HDMI just to have the option. And I mean, it's so you want it just because it's a better cable than USB, right? That's what you're
saying. Well, it allows you to hook up more camera options to the console. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I know it seems weird to just have one because, I mean, it's not weird because it's just the primary connection to the TV and stuff, but having an extra one would be a lot better. Can't go wrong with just putting one extra one, but yeah, I mean, the layout looks pretty decent. I mean, I wish I had more USB ports. There's only like 2 of them, right?
Well, I still don't think that this is what we're gonna get on the back of the box. So, but yeah, I think it was 2. Yeah, I think it was 2 USB-A ports that they showed on the back of the Thurrott one. But if they're gonna be doing these super high speed hard drives, I would imagine that they're going to have some form of USB-C for USB 4.0 or a Thunderbolt port on the back, something that'll allow super fast hard drive transfers to go over an external on the back of the console, while USB 3 sadly is just not fast enough if we're talking about these gigabit speeds off of a hard drive. Yeah,
you need because it's using SSD.
Yeah, so it'd have to have something faster. And like I said, USB 4.0 is coming out, which gives you kind of the exact same speeds as Thunderbolt.
Okay, it's not that bad.
And it uses the USB-C port, so it makes sense if they threw that in there. I mean, it would cost more money since it's a newer standard, but that, or like I said, Thunderbolt. But it'd be weird to see Microsoft. Well, I guess it's not super weird, but Microsoft would have to pay Intel for putting the Thunderbolt port on the back because it's part of their trademark. It's their license.
And there's supposed to be like a slot too for like external
like a NVMe.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, you can plug it in.
It's maybe we don't know. Like that might be their solution and not having an external, but guesswork right now. Yeah, like hopefully they have some kind of port opening on the bottom or on the side to allow you to upgrade your storage.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So you don't have to have it hanging out either, like from like the side of the entertainment center. I mean, it's not like a big deal, but I mean, it's kind of
it is a big deal because the storage is man, like fucking what is Halo 120 gigs?
Halo is crazy because it's gotten bigger, right?
Yeah, it's but these file sizes are getting crazy.
I love about how the generation they've been able to add, bigger.
Well, the remake to Resident Evil 3 is 45-ish gigs, is what I saw. Like, it's insane.
No, well, I'm sorry, for the physical area, like having the external like next to your console. I mean, because this console is kind of big, so I don't know. External on the side might be a little tricky to fix with like the ventilation.
You thinking you can put something inside the console?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like a slot that you put like the SSD in it, maybe instead of a wire. I think that'll just be wired and then like usual.
It's gonna be a USB. There's no way. I mean,
no, but it have to be USB-C or it would have to be for USB 3 for. I think USB 3s can be too slow. It should probably be USB 4 or Thunderbolt port to make the storage work. Because the idea is you're going to have like games being designed to have the hard drive being used as virtual RAM at full speed at these gigabit speeds. So I can't imagine you're going to have like a 5500 RPM hard drive on USB 3, like being able to stream these worlds like that.
Yeah. I was looking at Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That's like 96 point something gigs.
Yeah.
And then Red Dead, yeah, it's ridiculous. And Red Dead is like 101 or something like that.
No, the good news is these games are on X are already using 4K assets. So like the next gen hopefully won't be too huge of a jump in asset size compared to what we're kind of used to using the One X. Now PlayStation gamers aren't. It's not to throw shade, but they're not really used to using the same assets as what the One X uses.
I've noticed that. Yeah, I noticed the files are generally smaller, even for their exclusives. They're not like.
Yeah, well, they don't use higher textures because the RAM on the PlayStation 4, or even the Pro, isn't large enough to use 4K textures. So it's just a limitation.
Yeah,
but it's definitely going to increase file size.
Yeah, go ahead, Eric.
So now it will be, right?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, both PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X are going to be using 4K textures for everything.
So you guys think the internal is going to be the same, like 1 terabyte? It seems like that'll be too small.
2 terabyte is the minimum.
Yeah, that has to be 2.
I mean, if they put 1, I'll kind of be a little disappointed.
I heard a rumor. They were saying like file size low. like real, not even a joke. They were saying that damn they were talking about like the cost, right? They could have a 2 terabyte. They could have a 1 terabyte on, but they were saying like something like low. Like, I'm not even joking. They were saying like it was like I saw a rumor about it, like something like half a terabyte, 512,
There's no
and
way you put 512.
and it's an SSD. And if you heard what Mark Cerny was saying, he was saying some crazy stuff. He said, "Look, feed we got running now. Look, he was looking at the other SSDs on the market. He was like, it's he said it was the best on the market. He's talking about just we're talking raw speed, you know. So you look on the best in the market, you know how high it comes up. Saying, yeah, it's up there, and they want to make it bigger, and then the cost of the console. You know, you got to factor that in. No way in hell. I'm thinking now, like when I thought about it before, how are they going for the SSD? You saw the picture, Dustin, that they put. They took.
Yeah, I mean I've seen it, but it's one of those things that you have to at least put 2 terabytes, even on SSDs. And
No,
with the
they're gonna
last,
do. I don't
even
believe they're gonna
real
do that.
quick, SSD prices, even if you've been really following PC stuff, like SSD prices have been dropping drastically. And as somebody that's continuously looking at hard drives because I continuously have to buy them at this point,
Yeah.
yeah, like SSDs are becoming way more affordable, and like
Thing. I'm trying to find one. Well, the one he's saying that they're using an SSD with really high performance. That's
uh-huh.
kind of that's kind of what Phil Spencer. Now, even if we put like the Western Digital Black, the S9 750, right now that's 170 terabyte. That one will give you like speed up to speed limit, something crazy.
Am I the only one that be
3,000.
glitching for?
No,
Wait,
Eric's going in and out a little bit.
I
glitching?
can.
Yeah,
Yeah, bad, dude. Like I hear you like every other word.
Hello? Is that better? No?
I
Go
mean, I can
ahead.
Hold
hear
on.
you.
I can
Let me
hear what
see.
you're
Let me
saying. It's
check
just
the
that
voice. Hold on.
when you
Yeah,
start
it's just
taking
like
The voice
going
is fine.
that
So is this
way, and we will listen.
it's still doing it?
It's better.
Go ahead. We'll see. Let's find
I
out.
was saying like the S does anybody know about the Western Digital Black SSD?
I
I heard
mean,
about it.
yeah.
It has 3,000 megabytes write speed and read. Get up to that.
Mm,
That's
damn.
pretty fast. It's like God, right?
What about?
It's $174. And he was talking about it. That's what Mark Cerny was saying. He was saying, look, we're looking at the highest SDs on the market. We pushing past that. That's what he was
Yeah. When
saying.
did he say that? When did he say that?
Oh, he said that about the SSD.
Said
What
that
was this
about a
last?
year ago. Yeah,
Said it a
It
year and
year
a
was
ago.
half ago.
it was in
How
April.
when did that come out? What you're talking about?
That came out last year too. I think
There's no way that they're gonna match that in the PS5
said, look, he
and second.
said that he was looking at the SSDs, right? He had no reason to lie.
No,
Look,
I'm not saying I don't believe in what he's.
he's like, what we're
I just
seeing
don't believe
now,
it's gonna
and
be
that he
price.
couldn't like the way he made it. I was like, this is crazy. Like they really gonna push the SSD like that, and it made sense kind of when you saw the Spider-Man game. You know when they used the Spider-Man game as a demo, I was like, you've never seen that even on regular SSDs because they're using SSD on the system. See, that's another thing that we never realized. A lot of these games don't have system level SSD performance. Some of the games get the benefit of an SSD. You ever seen a game like, oh, all the loading times are better, but sometimes that doesn't happen. Like they had the PS4 one. I think the loading time, what was it, like 7, 8 seconds now? Crazy. So if he's
Yeah,
saying
but
it's top
it's like,
tier,
oh yeah, there's a fucking giant asterisk on the end of it. Like, the PS5 still rumored to be a $399 box. I mean, you're not gonna have a
How is that
14 terabyte console with a $900 fucking hard drive with a $500 graphics card with the that's just that shit doesn't add up economically.
So that's why it's very weird.
No, if you tell me, hey, it's a NVMe hard drive and it's attached directly to the motherboard and it's going to be they all are attached directly, but they got their own I/O so that it'll connect and have super high bandwidth between the consoles. You see APU and the the hard drive. Yeah, I completely agree. That it's going to have those things. Is it going to be this, hey, it's going to be 1,000 gigs up and down, and it's going to fucking be beyond anything you've ever seen? It's like, nah, it's going to be in line with kind of what we've seen. Like, it's going to be, like, some realism finally has to, touch the ground. And it's going to be a very fast hard drive on both consoles. If they want to be anywhere near manageable for game sizes next gen, it needs to be 2 terabyte. Because guess what? Xbox One launched with 500 gigs. If you just give me 500 gigs on a fucking PS5, it's not going to be doable. And it's the reason.
I think they're going to. I know that. Stop.
But SSDs are coming down in price. But it'll be interesting to see their I/O
But
solution.
Did you hear what SSD they're? Remember what it said? It was discussed that SSD. They were using Samsung SSD.
So they named a manufacturer. Like Samsung makes SSDs. Okay.
Yeah, but
that doesn't add anything to the conversation.
I think they were going stuff.
Maybe Microsoft goes with Toshiba. Maybe they go with. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference. Like it's whatever. Like it. They need to have speed. They need to have size, and right now, you can't have both if you're trying to fit in a budget.
Yeah, it says Samsung supply PS5 optimized, and it's talked about. I think, only for PS5. There's a reason why. Because the tech that they're using
is what?
The tech that the PS5 is for the S.
You keep breaking up. Like. What is so special about the tech? Oh, he's gone for a second. What's so special about the tech that only Sony's going to have? Oh, he's gone.
He doesn't want to answer you.
All right.
He's trying to keep it on the low.
He's dodging questions.
He's like, don't you?
It's like I get how these things work. Eric.
Hello.
There
we go. I was saying not only Sony's gonna have, but there's also rumor. They said that it was also for Xbox. We don't know.
Well, no, we already know that Microsoft said that you can use the hard drive as virtual RAM. Like that's already been confirmed.
Which is awesome.
Which is this super ultra fast SSDs. But that's just an I/O interface. It has nothing to do with size. Like we need to know
what they were saying was that they picked. This is why I'm interested. Is the PS5 running on a certain chipset that is on?
All right, Eric, I hate to say, your mic, you either have internet issues or mic issues. Like, I'm sorry.
Damn.
Something's going on with that man's mic.
He needs to he got shorted in his mic or something.
Yeah.
What it sounds like.
All right, moving off of SSDs. Phil Spencer shows off Xbox APU in his new Twitter photo. I think Digital Foundry did an analysis saying that they think it's a 405 millimeters or so. I don't know. It's bigger than fucking like any other console that has ever released an APU. It's good. It looks, the bigger the APU, the more expensive it is because there's a higher chance of defects on the yield. So it looks like it's going to be a 12 teraflop thing majigger. I don't know. I guess I could be more informed about this, but it's just a photo of a processor. I mean, I guess we'll wait and see. It blew up big on, Twitter and on Reset Era and everywhere else because people want to speculate what's going on with the consoles. And Phil released it the morning of CES. It kind of, honestly, blew a little more steam than showing just a logo for a console that we already know was announced. But it'll be interesting to see people tear that thing, like the picture apart, to figure out what's going on inside. And if anything meaningful, comes out of it, we'll cover it. But I honestly don't think anything meaningful is going to come out until, like, with the One X, we see Microsoft go to Digital Foundry and kind of have a big tech reveal on what's going inside the console.
Yeah, I think Digital Foundry did a little thing on that chip too, though, didn't they?
No, but they just went. I watched the video. They just went over. Yeah, it's this big, and then that's it. They didn't really say anything about it. So it's it was kind of just a clickbait video.
God.
Okay, anticlimactic.
Sorry, I didn't say that the tech is.
Dude,
oh my god!
Still break it up. You need to get a new mic, sir.
Hello? No, I got mute.
Huh?
Can you hear me?
Like it's like there's a short in your mic. Like you talk for a couple.
My mic is not. There's no short.
Yeah, you sound fine. Like right now in this sentence, it's just like when you start talking more than like 15 seconds, it starts cutting in and out. I don't understand that. It's weird.
It's weird because it shouldn't be. The mic is working fine.
It might be the Discord, because the Discord sometimes cuts you out if you have a lot of resources open.
I just restarted the computer. I think it should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good now.
But I was saying was that I wasn't saying that. But like with this new system, I just don't understand. This is why it's gonna be an interesting climb to E3 because I need to understand how they gonna put a 9 teraflop GPU, APU. Sorry, excuse me, and it's using, according to is rumored to be using the news. Well, it's not rumored. The developer pretty much said it's using Zen 2 CPU. It's using 9 teraflop GPU APU. It's using this SSD. Like it's crazy. It's in terms of price, and they're gonna keep it $399. I gotta see this to believe. I can't see that.
I see that happening. I don't have an issue with that pricing. I really do think Lockhart still exists, and you're gonna get a $249 Xbox Series S, and then you'll get a $500 Xbox Series X. And then you'll have your option between a 1080p console and a 4K console. And then there'll be the PS5 in a weird place, which can't quite hit 4K, but it does a decent job. But right now, go ahead. Well,
I was gonna say that might actually be a kind of an advantage to be like in between like the Series X and what do you call it? And what do you call it? What's the middle one again? For the Xbox, the lower one.
Lockhart or
Lockhart,
the Series S or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Yeah, that might be an advantage because it's like in this kind of a bit of a sweet spot between those two. So you don't have to go crazy high. But I'm curious to see which how they market both consoles. Like which is going to be the main one. I know there's a series of consoles, but I feel like you still got to have one that's like the main.
You show everything off with the best graphics possible.
Yeah,
like, it's gonna be like the Series X. Yeah, like you're gonna show that no matter what. It's just like iPhones. They don't show the cheap iPhone on the commercials. They show big badass iPhone. Like, hey, here's the one that. Well, I'll put it better. Like, everybody wants to go with phone analogies. Let's go car analogies. When you see the commercial of the car and it says, "Hey, starting at $19,000," and then in the little fucking white script at the very bottom of the screen shown in $80,000 configuration, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, that's the future of consoles. And if Sony's smart, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to have two variations, one for basic people, and then one for, hey, you're willing to spend $600 on a fucking console? We'll make a console just for you.
Listen, if Sony does that, I mean, they could, but I think that would...
If Sony does that, they've already done it. It's called the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 4 Pro.
Oh, yeah.
And people have bought the more expensive one to get better graphics. It's not a if, it is when. Sony's done it. They will do it again. Microsoft, if they want to spend the extra money and just have it right at the get-go to give people more options, it's just going to help Microsoft, because it's at the end of the day, it's either, hey, do you want the best looking fucking graphics and it's going to blow every other console out of the water? We got the system for you. Hey, do you just want to play with your friend on the same game and you want a cheap console that can play the new games too? We got a solution for you. When Sony's in the between going, well, ours doesn't look as good, but it looks better than the cheaper one, but it's going to be more expensive than the cheaper one, I think Microsoft's at the better advantage.
I kind of wonder,
especially with Game Pass. If you can show, hey, here's a $249 console that plays all the next gen games, and here's 3 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, it's going to be hard for fucking Sony to pack anything in to make that a better deal. Like, it's...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we talked about this before, but I'm curious to see how developers take in the whole Lockhart thing, because I don't know, because most
like
likely they'll
PC
want
gamers, like Gears of War 5 supports your GTX 760 as of today. Like, it doesn't...
No, I understand that, but it's just because we don't know if PlayStation is going to have 2 models, so it's going to be like, they're going to be like, oh, I'm going to do for 2 platforms instead of 1, so it's going to be like, it might be like the extra step, so instead of like the one that a PlayStation has. So I'll be curious to see how that,
Well, the only difference supposedly is on the consoles is on the GPU side, not the actual the CPU. So you wouldn't have to really design your games to, oh man, I'm gonna have to stop putting as many characters or stop putting any of this stuff in it. It's more like, well, we're just not doing 4K and we're not going to be doing, fucking ray tracing or something. You can pull those fools back while still playing all the exact same games.
Yeah, maybe they'll implement like a dynamic system that like adjusts to the console, and like if they want to put extra stuff in the better version, I mean, or take it away, they'll just put it in the Lockhart version. It'd be interesting to see how that shakes out.
Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting, definitely interesting, and I mean, if they've released a Lockhart, I mean, rumors have been going back and forth if they even release this less powerful version.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on.
You think they should do it? Sorry.
Should they? I don't see an issue with options. I think it's fine if they do. I don't see a downside to it. Not even for developers, because it just gets more consoles in people's hands, and anybody making games that are going to be on the level of using like the full power of a Series X, you're going to have the budget to make a lesser version of it, because that's just going to PC as well. Like, you're not worried about that kind of power. While at the same time, an indie dev is developing for people on PC anyway, and they're looking at, hey, you know what? On Steam, 90% of gamers are still using 1080p. 90% of gamers aren't using anything past like a GTX 880 or on average. Like, the idea that people are running these high-end rigs for indie games is crazy.
Yeah, I guess they have a limit of how far they'll go with the graphics, I guess. And
so, yeah, like I said, the only people that are going to be hitting these walls of like, maybe we'll have to start adjusting graphical settings, are going to be people that are, have 200-man teams that can definitely work on just, hey, let's just lower assets. Let's lower this or that, because we're doing it anyway on PC. Yeah, I mean, consoles are just becoming more like PCs at the end of the day. That's all it is.
Interesting.
The Xbox Series X pretty much solidified.
Well, we know there's going to be another console. We just don't know if it's going to be 2 at launch or if it's going to just be a mid-gen refresh or... I mean, is this the end of generations and this is the Xbox Series X is just the new line of personal computing and gaming?
I think this is just a precursor before streaming wars happen. So they put their statement with Xbox, right? It looks like Tower PC, right? That's basically what it looks. So if you got a PC already in the living room, they basically went on Valve. Now did it the right way. Valve had a chance. Now you got that in the living room. What's next is to dominate in the future. Because how long this generation? last already? What was it 2020 now? It lasted 8 years, right? Wait, no, 7.
Yeah, roughly.
So
Yeah,
if in another 7 years, you know how the streaming's going to be. You know what I mean? Like they're really the next
yeah,
focus
and
is
that's why
basically
Microsoft and
streaming.
Sony put a partnership together to work on streaming. Like
That's how I
yeah.
believe the next system, whatever console they bring out, isn't going to be. I'm just saying it's going to be the streaming wars is going to happen, and I think they really prepared right now, not against Sony. I believe that they prepared to go Google, Apple, Amazon. I believe that. You know what I mean? Well, like I believe that they targeted those. Like even though Microsoft's like, yeah, we made this, and they said they want to have like competitive gaming.
Hmm.
Because look at how Google made Stadia. Like you laughing about it now, but that's just a start. You're gonna see other people pop up.
Yeah.
I call them the other androids, the other software companies. You know.
Well, in the gaming space, I don't know. Stadia is not looking too great, so I think it's mostly going to be down to like PS Now versus like Game Pass or whatever streaming.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Well,
XCloud. I'm
PS
sorry.
Now, I wouldn't really say that too would be a big a big even though they have I guess it's out. I wouldn't say it would be a good fit next to Game. I think they really would like for Microsoft really like big, even though PlayStation has a big audience. I think that they're not really worried about that grand sense. Worried about because they have bigger competition. They worried about Apple, Google, Amazon. Can't think of the other, but I know that's the target. Because why would they put like look at what they did with Xbox Cloud, right? With X Cloud,
Yeah.
look at what their plan was. That they want that want that everywhere. They want that on the phone, on the TV, tablet, computer monitor, iOS, Google Play. I think they want on PlayStation.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
been alluded to.
yeah. They really get that. But yeah, that's just how I feel about it. Damn, Dustin's not back. Wait,
All
where
right.
were
So
we again?
yeah, what's the next topic? Will, you got the sheet pulled up?
Let's
Next
see.
topic is
So the Grand Theft Auto 5 coming to Xbox Game Pass.
yeah. I thought that was nice. I was like, damn, it took a long.
Mhm.
I thought it was already on there. I didn't even realize. It's like that was a big surprise.
Why everybody already bought the game?
Exactly. Everybody already bought the game. See, this is how weird Rockstar is. I think they did this to troll.
They waited till the end of the generation so they could put it on Game Pass.
Yeah. Wait till the end.
well, I think it's more to do with just it's leaving money at the on the table at this point. Why not get paid to put your game up there? Get more people
Yeah.
to buy just to get into Grand Theft Auto Online. Make some of that DLC money.
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice to have a Rockstar game on there. I mean, I think PlayStation had a similar thing, right? That it's on PlayStation Now or something like that.
But I'll put it this way: I have a friend that just doesn't buy a ton of games. I ended up getting him Game Pass, and I know he does not have GTA 5, and he's been playing
crazy.
it for the last 3 days.
Wow,
Like
that's a very unique situation.
I don't think it is as much as we think it is. We downplay the amount of casuals out there.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
And that's why Rockstar is still making a ton of fucking money. Because we downplay them. Because I don't play GTA 5. I don't know anybody that really does. But
My kids
GTA
asked me to
Online
play it.
is huge. Like, it's fucking gigantic. Like, it's a juggernaut of a, social media. It's its own thing.
My son asked me if he could get GTA 5, and I laughed at
Like an evil laugh.
Yeah, like, bro.
You tripping?
I'm gonna come in the room when you buying hookers and shit.
Ah!
Oh, man.
Coming there, hey, dinner's ready. Yeah, they're selecting hand job. You can get hand job. Well, it's like 3 stages. Like, nah,
Mhm.
no, I don't think so.
It's still crazy how like Rockstar's only game this generation is Red Dead,
Dead.
like new game. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's
Not
basically
even a new game.
because
Oh, you
Rockstar,
mean?
yeah,
Okay, I see what you mean. Never mind.
it's basically because Rockstar Games wanted to double dip the chip. Then after they double dipped the chip, they wanted to support GTA Online. So they double dipped it, and they made all their money. Then they did the shark card stuff. You know, they had to get their paper. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
it
that's
is
the
what
sad
it is.
thing. That like the online is like basically their income for what they would have made like games for, which is like
Yeah.
crazy. That's like
So
ridiculous.
instead of making the game, they getting the money.
Yeah, it's kind of sad though. Like, I
That's
mean,
sad.
for
That's
just
pathetic.
for their output, because last gen they had a ton of games. I had like uh Midnight Club, that
Oh,
Bully,
Will,
so
Will,
many
Will, did you
games.
notice something? You were so right, but did you know what they did while that was the only new game?
What?
Not only did they released, like you said, they released GTA Online, right? And
Mm,
they have Red Dead Online, right? That's not wrong. That was technically a part of Red Dead. That's still the only game, right? But
yeah.
before all that, they had to double dip it again. LA Noir
Oh yeah,
VR,
that's right. Yeah,
LA Noir, PlayStation, Switch, and Xbox.
yeah. LA
Bully,
Noir was that was the one.
Bully. Isn't that crazy? Bully, Android and
Yeah.
iOS.
Oh, but they didn't put Bully on the consoles yet, right? Like
um,
the newer
No,
one.
not on the newer consoles.
That's
No.
so
then they
weird.
put Max Payne on the PlayStation 4 again. They put Mankind on the PlayStation 4.
Is that the
Sad.
PS Now version?
Yeah, this is sad. It's really
Yeah,
sad.
it's not. They have like a few pack compact games, but they never put Max Payne, unfortunately, and they never remastered it. That's also kind of weird. They never
Yeah,
remastered
this is
that one.
crazy. They put all their Grand Theft Auto on the PlayStation 4, put Grand Theft Auto on the iOS. They all about that paper. Just look at their release schedule. That's crazy.
Yeah, they barely remastered most of their stuff. I mean, like just for like I know the GTA is remastered, but they didn't like it's only for 360 and
They
PS4. I
got
mean
to be
three
careful, Will. Now
with the
they got
licensing. Yeah.
they got to be careful this time. Reason why I got to be careful is because this generation may be different. This generation may, if last time the game got released when a new console came out, correct?
Mhm.
I don't know if they could pull that off again. It is kind of time. Yay. We don't even know if they, we don't even know if they started. I don't know. Did they start development on it? I'm
I'm
not
sure they
even sure.
have. It's got to be like
I don't know. I'm just
probably
saying.
like yeah, it's probably like 2024 or some ridiculous date or
Yeah,
something.
some crazy date, right?
Yeah.
And I wonder what the next location's gonna be. They better be working on the damn Xbox Series X and not on. Remember, they were working on other hardware.
Yeah.
You gotta be come on.
All right. Moving on. Rare is continuing to grow rapidly in 2020 with 22 permanent jobs currently listed, and they have many
Yeah, I
more part
saw
time.
that.
Yeah, it's cool to
Listen, I
see
didn't
Microsoft
know.
Studios keep growing and growing.
I didn't know that Rare's Everwild was Blade. I thought it was I don't know, man. Saw the
I
trailer.
thought
I
it was.
thought
I'm sorry, you cut it out for me. You said you thought you didn't know it was what?
I
AAA
didn't know
game.
it was a AAA game.
Oh,
Thought it was a I
the
don't know.
double A.
Yeah, I thought it was a AA game. Apparently, it's a big game for Rare. It is their new
Where'd you see that at? I didn't see anything about it being.
Yeah, they said they had a thing about it. This game, when they expanded the team in that article, they was talking about it, and they was saying how big their team is now, where they're taking inspiration from. I was like, Legend of Zelda. And I didn't even know that was one of the things that they talked about. So it's an RPG.
Well, I read that they were 22 people. Oh, I don't know. Some on the Everwild thing. There are like 20 or so people working on it actively, but I think there's actually more people
It's
working
50.
with
Yep.
around 50 or so. Yeah. So,
So
I
I thought it
mean,
was. I don't know. I didn't know it was that cool. On
Isn't the Rare studio like a shit ton of people now?
yeah, a lot
Yeah,
of people want to get thieves.
well, it's
3 teams, so yeah.
3 teams on Sea of Thieves making content. And then the other half of the studio, supposedly, is working on that, on Outer Wilds.
Well, I thought it was yeah, I don't know. I'm not 100% on that one. I thought it was like a team on Sea of Thieves, a team on Outer Worlds, and some other team making like another third game. But
Yeah.
I could be wrong on that.
You said Outer Worlds?
I'm
No,
sorry.
Outer Wilds?
Was it Everwild? I'm sorry about
Everwild?
that. Yeah, there's so much freaking games with wild and stuff in it, world, and you get confused after a while. But yeah, it's hard to say what the like if it's gonna be AAA or AA because we just kind of seen like a small trailer. So I'm guessing like the initiative, they're kind of just building the team around the game, and if they need
Yeah,
more
I
people
can't wait to hear about after seeing. Finally, we got to see Hellblade 2 being shown off. You know, I'm happy to know it is making AAA experience. Man, I was happy for that.
So they say they're gonna have a much bigger team than the first one.
Yeah, it looks like. And
it does look better. Yeah.
I was a little bit confused.
Yeah.
I was a little bit confused about when I was a little bit confused that when they showed off that other game. Was it Bleeding? Was that's them?
Yeah, that's other
Bleeding
team.
Edge. Yeah, I was a little bit confused that when they said that wasn't the main game.
They're also working on Battletoads. They're co-developing it.
Hell?
Yeah.
Damn,
Between Dollar Studios and Rare, they're both developing Battletoads.
Damn, they can spread their team around, can't they? Wow.
Well, it's good to have them, do more stuff instead of just one project, and then because that Rare used to be like that. They used to handle like multiple projects and release them, and they're a lot better that way. Yeah, they got more creative.
Yeah, I want to know what the hell initiatives off.
But yeah, Everwild for sure. I can tell you is the name.
Yeah. Hard to say what kind of game that is, though. I'm very curious.
It's very artsy, very cool looking. I hope it's an open world. I don't want it to be Sea of Thieves. I will say that. But I do.
Huh? Yeah, adventure game. I'm assuming
it's an RPG. It has to be.
But I'd still like a form of co-op where you and your friends solve puzzles together to open up a world. So it's kind of like Sea of Thieves in that essence, but.
Man, I don't have to have a co-op. I just want it to be a good game at this point.
Mm-hmm.
No, it does have co-op. It looks showed.
Yeah,
when they showed it off, it looks like there's going to be a 4-player team working together.
It may be another game service. I'm not.
It better not.
I think it is because Rare is kind of becoming a game as a service.
Everwild looks like it'll have a story though. It doesn't look like it's going to be.
Well, it could have a story and still it could be a Destiny. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it could be like that. Yeah, or like a Pokemon mixed with Destiny or something.
Yeah, exactly. A Pokemon.
I think I heard also. Sorry, one last thing. One of the Fable Legends staff is on that game as well, which is pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. Let me see. I think he's like a senior production designer or something along those lines.
A lot of.
Or
why he go to Playground, man? He should went to Playground.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm sure there are a few of them on Playground too, like among all the UK talent. So that's going to be interesting because you got both Playground and Rare, both making like kind of open worldish games with like fantasy elements and stuff like that. So that's interesting. Nice little competition there, in some ways.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we got next. What's up next?
Following up with the Rare news, Sea of Thieves passes 10 million unique players since launch.
Damn.
10 mil. That's right. A game with no content has, by and large, garnered itself a massive online community still.
Now, is this 10 million unique players, or is it just like Game Pass numbers? What was the
unique players?
Unique players. Interesting.
Yeah,
it's a big game
since launch. Yeah.
It's the most like I mean, out of all the Game Pass games, I think that's one of the most played ones.
Yeah.
so like
they said it's the like kind of the top Game Pass game when people go to check stuff out. And understandably
Yeah.
so. You know, it's a pretty
Thieves
game.
is
It's
pretty
simple.
fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've yet. Sorry,
What were you gonna say, Eric?
I've yet to play it.
You're missing out.
You ain't play Sea of Thieves yet?
No, I told you this. I think I've told. Yeah, I did tell you. I have not played that ever. I never got to play it.
Bro, you need to see that shit in HDR. It's amazing. It's probably the best looking game I've played this generation. That's not a realistic looking game. And even not being a realistic looking game, the water still looks crazy. Like that water. That water.
Yeah, they make fun of the game's graphical style, but it's still like an amazing looking game.
I feel like if this game was in VR, it'd make you seasick.
It definitely would.
I wish it
That's
was
how
hyper
real it
realistic
looks.
because it would have been awesome to have. Could you ever play Pirates of the Caribbean?
I've never played Pirates
On
of
the
the Caribbean.
PSP, they had the game based on the movie.
Let me tell you something. If I had a PSP and I did, I wouldn't play no Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, but listen. Hold
What
on.
if you had a PSP
Look,
and
I'm right.
it had a
Hold
Game
on.
Pass
I'm trying to
solution
get
and Pirates of the Caribbean was on the Game Pass
I wouldn't be
for
playing
your
that shit.
PSP?
I had a point,
Be
goddammit. You gotta destroy me. Look, let's not focus.
What if a man came up to you in a suit that handed you $500 to play it?
Oh man, hold on, wait, please, hold on. Look, I could save myself here. All I'm saying is
That's for us to decide.
it's more it's more realistic. Like it looks more realistic to have a Pirates of the Caribbean game, right? And
Check his body.
and the art style and all that stuff, right? It would have been nice to have a game with that type of like it wasn't that Pirates of the Caribbean was like 100% ultra realistic, but it would be nice to see if Sea of Thieves was
Well, there is that Atlas game. I mean, in all seriousness, yeah, Atlas. Have you not seen that?
Wait, I just want to throw it out there real quick. I'm looking at this PSP Pirates of the Caribbean game, and this shit looks like trash. I'm gonna throw it out there. This shit, looks like straight trash.
Wait,
I don't know how Eric pulled that out of his memory.
Like, oh man, this is bad. Like, it's just
no. Look.
It looks like soup. That's all I'm saying.
Hold
like
on
these textures, oh, so bad.
No, wait, you're not understanding maybe what I'm saying here.
That they tried to go for a photorealistic look, and that's not what Sea of Thieves is about.
No. Hold on.
It looked like the movie version of Mortal Kombat.
I mean,
it reminds me of Dino Crisis on PS1 a little bit.
No. The PSP version I'm talking about is the at World's End.
I'm looking at that.
Get at me.
That shit don't look good.
No. Hold on. The one at don't even start. The one at end at World's End, right? There's several clips here, right? If you see how your character looks and the basically the whole landscape and the way the game is created, that's all I'm saying. I'm saying more believable people, combat.
Let me throw it out there. This game looks like ass. Eric is trying to save himself as much as he can.
No.
Sea of Thieves looks about a billion times better in every aspect.
When that game come out?
No, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. It's okay.
I understand. I'm looking right at it.
I wish the combat system too was like that. I ain't gonna lie.
I will say that Sea of Thieves combat does leave some things to desire.
Yeah,
I
wish
agree.
the combat was like the Pirates of the Caribbean.
First of all, I want to real quick, Steph, you can sidebar your point. Eric, you've never played the fucking game under your own admittance. So how do you know what the fucking combat's like at Sea of Thieves? You don't.
Well, I'm wait.
You don't. You've never played Sea of Thieves.
That, but
you can't say.
In his defense, he's chasing chickens.
Man.
Look, all I'm saying is in the Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
I saw some of that thing too.
Listen, I'm saying in the Pirates of the Caribbean, I'm saying that it has better game sword play and gameplay of your character Rack.
I don't know, man. Something about that nub, that trash ass nub. Yeah,
I just want to throw it out there, Eric. You've never played Sea of Thieves. 90% of Sea of Thieves is about sailing and attacking other boats with cannons.
Yes, that is true. I'm just saying.
Sea of Thieves has way better gameplay.
Okay.
Than your trash ass Pirates of the Caribbean game.
No. If we're talking exploration aspect.
Oh, dude, don't even try to challenge Sea of Thieves in exploration. No, don't try to challenge it in exploration or any of that shit because you've never played it and you have no idea how detailed the islands are in Sea of Thieves. You have no clue what you're talking about. You're just speaking out of your ass. You have no room to talk.
I think you just
No, it's not like if you ever played Sea of Thieves, you would understand how detailed the islands are and how you explore. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Is there treasure in Pirates of the Caribbean?
Well, I don't remember.
Download Sea of Thieves, play it through the week. And then you can come back and we can have this discussion.
Like Sea of Thieves, no.
I'm not even talking about getting treasures like Sea of Thieves. I'm talking about going to a random fucking island, going into a cave and seeing it is beautifully designed.
No, I'm
every
not
single
talking,
island.
You know what's funny?
Like all the exploration. No. We're not talking about graphics. We're talking about exploration.
Okay, and
the level design in Sea of Thieves is insane. There are maybe 2 games that even approach what it does.
Okay.
I don't think he was ever arguing about any of that shit you talking about.
I was just saying.
No, he said the fucking level design. Like he was like the exploration and the combat and the exploration and Pirates of the Caribbean on the PSP.
Look,
it's like,
Pirates
dude,
of the Caribbean, right? These are similar. Dude,
Hold
on a minute.
No, I've given you your time. You're done. You're done. We're over this. No, you're fucking Pirates of the Caribbean on PSP.
Hit a button, man.
Jesus Christ. This dude's stretching.
I think you just like Sea of Thieves.
I like Sea of Thieves. I have no problem saying that Sea of Thieves is great. But to fucking compare a PSP fucking Pirates of the Caribbean game and say the exploration and it's better than Sea of Thieves when you've never, and you would self-admit that you've never played it before.
I never played the game, but I mean in terms of...
You have no... Then that means you can't talk about it.
You know what? I said exploration. I think it was more to do with the story. That's the funny thing about it.
It's called Tall Tales. Have you tried those in Sea of Thieves?
Take it easy on Eric, Dustin. He's just trying to,
They're called Tall Tales. There's literally 13 of them. It's a campaign in Sea of Thieves.
You know what? I just wish we had a Johnny Depp Pirates of the Caribbean game, and Sea of Thieves would have been perfect landscape for it. That's the truth. Okay?
Cool.
I wish that would be. They can do it. They could pull a damn Forza, can't they? Johnny Depp just pops up.
I wouldn't want to see. Look, dude, they ran Pirates of the Caribbean into the ground. Like, why would I want that in Sea of Thieves?
Oh well, yeah, the last pretty.
It was in Kingdom Hearts.
Where you messed up at is you should just make it one piece. That would be really awesome.
See, Steph's talking now. Steph's talking. Dustin, think about a One Piece.
They could do anime. Yeah, they could do anime.
No, we're talking about One Piece.
The One Piece is an anime?
One Piece is
above. Yeah. I see what you're trying to say, but that's not what I mean. Yeah, it is anime, but I mean, we're just talking about. I don't know, when you say it that way, it don't sound.
Sorry, are you saying like the story? My bad, or the characters? I say I don't watch.
Well, the characters and maybe like some outfits and shit. And...
yeah. Okay, so I was saying.
I mean, it'd be cool to have a Sunny like sails or something. Yeah.
You have what's his name? Lofi? Is that it?
Lofi, that's his name. Yeah, Lofi.
Yeah. Is that his name? I don't remember.
Yeah, totally. It's Lofi.
What's his name?
I wouldn't ever lie to you.
Lofi and Zolo.
Yeah, and Zolo. That's right.
Luffy. What's his name?
Lofi and Zolo.
Luffy,
he has a cousin Zoloff. I mean, it's It's...
Yeah. Numi. Bob.
Hey,
no, don't tell it. It's Numai.
We'll see. What's the name? We'll see Yoshi pop up on an island. Sea of Thieves, Yoshi Island. That would be crazy. Hilarious.
You guys should run a Twitter poll. Which is the best crossover for Sea of Thieves? What do you call it?
One Piece or
One Piece?
No, One Piece.
One Piece, Pirates of the Caribbean, or Skies of Arcadia.
Yeah.
You know, it's a Sky thing.
Snap.
All right.
You know what? They could have some crazy crossover. They need to do. Microsoft needs to do See if Thieves can get real life from, with crossovers. It worked well for Forza. You got to do it.
First of all, none of the crossovers for Forza, really did, made Forza as big as it is. It's not like that Fast and Furious shit.
No, I said they did well, Dustin. Are you kidding me?
No, but the Fast and Furious shit did bring a whole new group of people. People fucking love Forza Horizon because Forza Horizon is a fucking amazing game, and word of mouth brought everybody into it.
I do think the Hot Wheels was.
Hot Wheels was
pretty big.
People were going crazy over that.
Yeah, that was pretty big.
Yeah,
but those were expansions to a game that had been out, and people had already gone crazy over Forza Horizon.
Why are you not trying to stop me from getting my Johnny Depp, my Yoshi Island?
Yeah, let him live.
Why can't I do this? Why can't you look? You don't think we could go in a cave?
Get his shit off.
And Yoshi's right there. Like what's he doing here?
You wouldn't have Yoshi there.
Wait, we've done crossovers already with what character did Microsoft put in another game? I forgot. Remember already. They did a crossover.
Gears.
Well,
No,
Gears
he's talking about Banjo. Banjo Kazooie going to Smash.
Yeah, they already did crossovers. Why not do another crossover? They could work.
I thought you were talking about the Terminator stuff in Gears.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. You see, we're seeing.
Yeah, but nobody bought Gears because of
stuff.
the fucking Terminator stuff.
Cool,
I think we need to see more crossover stuff, like movies or other cinema games. It's really cool what they get to do.
You know, it'd be a good crossover. You fixing your mic, but moving.
I'm sorry, it's bad tonight.
Moving on. That's the end of gaming news. We're pushing through.
Oh yeah.
Need to switch over to what you've been playing because the show's running a little long.
Right.
For certain people.
It's all right. It was very comical.
Yeah.
Very comical.
All right. I know I've been playing, and I see that you're playing it, Steph.
What's that?
How's that Witcher 3, sir?
Oh, man, I'm at the very end of the game, and I was, trying to find some... Jesus Christ. Something quick to play, So, went ahead and tried to finish it up.
Did you get the DLC?
Yeah, I got all the DLC. I haven't. I'm trying to finish the main story.
Okay.
I'm literally on the last mission. I probably got 30 minutes of game left, maybe less than that. I don't know for sure, but I know I'm at the very end because I did the main boss fight already.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been playing. Hold on, excuse me.
Good.
Pirates of the Caribbean on PSP.
How is it?
You know what, guys? I don't like how you do this. Do me, okay?
The graphics is trash.
Dustin already made me feel like a complete jerk for even mentioning it. Now you gonna destroy me even further.
The worst part is I had to plug my PSP into the wall and play it because the battery keep falling out. So
look, maybe that was a bad example. Okay, fine.
Yeah, the nub slips off because the grip. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
I feel you. Those PSP woes.
Whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been playing that Call of Duty. I'm on my Call of Duty shit. Getting that off still, but that's really all I've been. Oh, and PUBG. I play a little PUBG. PUBG on PC.
How is PUBG right now?
Man, they cleaned it up pretty good, man. It's kind of hard to go back and play it when you ain't played it in a long ass time. I need to get back on my PUBG grind. Because playing Call of Duty is such a fucking AAA.
Stuff after
huh?
Eric, if you're gonna interrupt somebody, you cannot break your mic up. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. You said you offered to play after this.
Dustin, you definitely got to put the Pirates of the Caribbean PSP game on the thumbnail for this episode.
I mean, I was just gonna call it 2020 or something, and now I'm forced to
think about that game.
It's The future of xCloud is Pirates of the Caribbean on PSP. You know?
Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
Hello?
What was you saying?
Okay, there we go. I saw my connection started going. I think someone's throttling internet
Yeah,
provider.
somebody jacking your connection, bro.
Somebody is tapping in, trying to do something. Leave me the hell alone.
I know
It's
what they
happening
doing.
right now.
They're using your IP address and
Oh man, we're not going to talk about that.
downloading the.
It's not. No,
okay,
you ain't bringing that up.
My bad.
Wait,
No. We'll talk about it after the show, baby.
Okay, what I was saying was that oh man, I don't even remember now.
You were talking about how people talking shit about you about bringing up Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, all I'm saying is, look, that example, I guess you guys didn't get it. It's okay.
Nah, I got it. I just like the joke better.
Yeah, Dustin, thank you for that nonsense.
Yeah, Dustin took it personally.
Because he's a Sea of Thieves champion.
I don't have to be a champion. This man's like, I've never played it, but let me tell you all the issues with it.
No, what?
Let me tell you how Pirates of the Caribbean on PSP is what will fix the Sea of Thieves and improve it. It's such a way.
No, I didn't.
It's a masterpiece of gameplay. I didn't
say that. No,
it's a masterpiece. It's a masterclass of how to properly do a pirate game. And I'm just saying, even though I've never played Sea of Thieves, if they would just update it with, I just want you to know that the fucking picture for this podcast is the fucking box art to Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End on PSP.
Oh my god.
You're hilarious. This is great.
Eric's, what are we going to call the podcast? We're going to, at Eric's World End.
Keep on hating, Dustin.
Eric's World End. That's what this shit's gonna be called.
Hey, listen,
or I guess at Eric's World End, right?
Yeah. Sea of Caribbean Thieves.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sea Caribbean Thieves. You did this to yourself, Eric. I just want you to know that.
Wait, you know what? That actually might be a little bit offensive. Sea of Caribbean Thieves. That might be a little offensive. Now I think about it. I say it out loud.
Sea of Caribbean Thieves at Eric's World End.
Man, I should have never brought it up.
In an alternate timeline, Eric isn't here, and we've never even brought this game up again.
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
I would have never brought up fucking this shit. That's all I'm saying.
Did you play? Did you play it on the PSP?
I just want to let you know, Eric, right now, I've just updated the stream title to the podcast as well.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all I've been playing. Go ahead.
Eric, we all know you've been playing your PSP. How's
I've been playing?
Yeah, you tell us what you've been playing. Right?
I haven't played PSP in a very, very long time. Damn you! What have I been playing? All I gotta do is look at my profile on Xbox.
No Game Pass
ton of games. Why don't you check, Will? Wait, it says I'm online. Does it say? Because I always don't. I'd be online. There's a glitch.
Man, I'm skipping over Eric for now. Eric, you figure out what you've been playing. I've been playing One Piece World Seeker. I've really enjoyed this game so far. About 2 hours in.
Is it worth the 30?
I think it's worth the 30. Yes.
Is it?
Yeah, I like it so far. I'm enjoying my money. I think it's well spent so far. But I would definitely buy it on sale. I wouldn't buy that shit full price.
Okay.
Did you unlock more like moves and stuff, like traversal and all that?
Not too much. I'm still like going around town finding all the people from the boat, and doing. I don't want to talk about it because it's like a very. I can't talk about what I'm doing because it's part of the plot of the game. Like, and if
is it a whole new story or what
yeah, it's a whole new story. It's completely independent.
I'll say, is this a spoiler or what?
No, it would be spoilers for anybody that wanted to play.
Okay, gotcha. Did you get that DLC with Sablo?
Yeah, I got all of it. Yeah. So I'll be.
Does he get to do that or not?
I haven't done it because I want to do the main quest and then get into the other things, just because I don't want those to spoil what's going on in the main quest.
You get to play as like other characters.
So far, I'm only Lufo.
Lufo, yeah.
You know what, guys?
Lufo.
I don't Luffy. Okay, that's his name.
Oh yeah. That sounds about right.
Zoloff is still lost in the game.
Oh.
I gotta find Zoloff. Nomai is, I don't know where she is yet.
Right.
You know.
So is the game more like open world, like a Spider-Man, or is it?
Yeah, it's like a Spider-Man.
Linear?
Like that's the best way to describe it. I mean, there are hubs.
How the side quest?
I haven't played too many side quests. I've been kind of just sitting on the main quest.
Okay. How were the puddles?
Amazing.
Yeah, it's very important.
Cool.
I will say, as you know, Pirate Sea game, I would say that if they could have added, have you ever played Pirates of the Caribbean on the PSP? If it was just a little bit more like that, I would, it'd be such a better game. But you can't always be, when you have a master class of a certain genre, it's hard to overcome that.
Really, Dustin? Really?
I've also played Minecraft, and I've been making in the world I've had created. We have this underground water system, and I was, putting down all the dispensers funny enough, to drop down boats to make it faster to get through the world. And
Okay.
if that was also kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean on the PSP, it would have been better.
Okay. Good joke.
This is great.
To finish it all, I've been still playing The Witcher 3. I've been going back and doing, been a break.
Really?
And I've played, I've been doing I'm not sure which expansion it is, but I'm doing with what is it? The vampire guy, and I just defeated all like the monsters under him to making him kind of change a little bit. It's been really cool. I love the side quest in it. What's really awesome about the game is like you can go up on these lakes and there's these boats. But if it was a little bit more like the PSP Pirates of the Caribbean game, it would have been.
You ain't gonna keep shading
my
like
God.
Let's be clear about
so
something.
good, so good.
At World's End,
like The Witcher 3. If only CD Projekt Red would have played at World's End, you know what I mean?
Look, let's be honest.
Let's just hope. Real quick, Eric. I don't just stop trying to cut me off, man. I'm trying. If Cyberpunk, 2040, whatever, if they could just play.
Wow.
At World's End, they could probably fix the issues that The Witcher had with its sailing mechanics and adventures. So, hopefully CD Projekt Red is listening. They might have to delay the game a few months after playing such a masterclass game.
This is great.
And to finish off, I had a buddy buy me Civ 6 on Xbox. Vern did. It was on sale, and he picked up Civ 6 for me because they wanted something kind of we could play at the end of the night and, just kind of settle down playing and not like get all pumped up by playing like Overwatch or, something high energy, something a little bit slower.
It's nice of them.
But yeah, it's awesome. I started the game, right? There was a bay between me and the barbarians. Now, if only they played at World's End, my civilization totally was the Captain Jack Sparrow civilization. Went straight for
Dustin. I will
sailing nautical. I wanted to get across the sea as fast as possible because I figured, that's how you got to be a pirate. Civ. What were you gonna say, Steph?
I also want to say this is perfect. I'm enjoying every second of this moment.
It's pretty great, pretty great.
Keep going,
I forgot. I got one more game. Shit, I played a lot of games. I won't lie. I played because we've been gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I've been gone.
Yeah.
No, Battlefield 5, man. We played the new Pacific pack, dude. It's amazing. You start off in a boat. The mechanics are okay. If only they'd played at World's End, it would have totally fixed the fucking the sailing of these ships in this game.
Yeah. I
But
agree.
I think, I did pick up Injustice too. That was on sale for like $10. I was like, yeah,
that's an insane deal.
How's Aquaman in the game?
He's pretty good. I mean, there's things that he didn't accomplish as well as he should have. Like, I mean, maybe he should have had a PSP.
Oh my god!
Might have
really
talked to a couple fish, just like Cap Jack. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And then, of course, Red Dead. My horse ran into the water, and that could have also been helped with a little at World's End. But yeah, I think I'm done. I think I've covered all the games that I played through the lens of at World's End.
There's One Piece. They don't have sailing stuff. It's just open world. There's nothing to have
right now, I'm stuck on an island. I'm like my boat's stuck. Well, it's not stuck. It's at the harbor, and I'm trying to get the whole crew back together right now.
Oh, interesting.
How far into the game are you?
Like I said, about 2 hours.
Oh, about 2 hours. Okay.
Yeah, like most of the introductory stuff.
Damn.
Yeah.
I got you.
So I can't say, there's no sailing stuff. I don't know. I would imagine it's all going to take place on this island, though. Like
Yeah.
I hope they're selling in it. I mean, the big part of the story there is the boat. So.
Yeah, but even in the story, it's about going to an island and having an adventure. And
I mean, that's true, but sometimes the adventure.
So they have adventures in the ocean. I'm not denying that, but mostly it's like, there's the ice island or whatever coming up, and then you get there.
Oh, I can see like a Sea King battle. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd be down with that.
Like a brief moment. That'd be pretty.
All right, that's all I've been playing. Will, what have you been playing, sir?
Well, actually, interestingly enough, I picked up The Witcher Definitive Edition, even though I have the original game that has all the expansions. Mm-hmm. But it was more achievements, so I was like, what the hell? I think it was like $15 on sale when it was on the holiday sale, which is pretty good actually. I picked up a lot of games.
Is that not in the Game Pass though?
I don't know if it was the Definitive Edition. I think it might be like the other one, but I'm not 100%. Yeah, because The Witcher show is it's pretty good, and I was like, let me pick up. And I also wanted to play another like open world-ish kind of game, because like Xbox doesn't have a whole lot of exclusive ones like that, like Horizons or Dawn or We Got a War or anything like that. So that's like the closest you're gonna get to that, outside of like the Darksiders games, maybe.
I'm just gonna say that Witcher is in a class of its own. There's nothing like it.
Yeah, I mean, but it does have its flaws. Like the animation's a little weird for Geralt, and the combat's a little awkward.
Well, I mean, I already said that they haven't played fucking at World's End. Okay, just give it a little time.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm playing it on PC, so I really don't know how much different it is.
It is beautiful looking though, even to this day with the enhancements and the HDR. HDR is pretty good for like an early HDR game. So I mean, so that's pretty good.
It's a great looking game. It's a beautiful game. It's 60 frames per second.
Like, yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah, and I was, it was weird. I was playing The Witcher 2, which is X enhanced too, but it's a lot more harder to get into because like the combat is so convoluted. It's like a lot of
Wait, you're at the beginning?
I'll be honest. I like The Witcher 2 better than The Witcher 3, just because I like that story.
Mm-hmm.
Just a tad bit better.
That's a linear story, and the Witcher 3 story is more spread out.
Yeah,
and you put it together. By the end of the game, which is better. I mean, that was pretty obvious.
The 2 you said, Eric? 2 is better, you said?
At the end of Witcher 3, it's before the end. Definitely is better. It's
I felt like The Witcher 2 is a game that you could play straight through for like
yeah, it's because
3-4 days.
it's the way they made
No,
the game.
I
Yeah.
understand that. What I'm saying is that it's something that I could get the whole thing like a where as far as The Witcher 3, like it took how long the game been out, and I'm still playing this shit. It's been out for a long ass time, like a long time.
I grinded the summer of which
Okay, a
did I
whole
tell you that
summer
before?
versus like a
I
week
grinded
like
a
playing
summer
The
of
Witcher.
which it took me 100 hours to be fully satisfied in The Witcher 3 and beat the series, something like that, something crazy. It was amazing.
Yeah, I will say with the Witcher games, like especially two. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like you have to have like playing no other game than that because it's so like
it's a rabbit hole. Like every
intensive.
quest,
Yeah.
everything. Like you just like dive right in, and
It's
it's like,
just a
man,
huge commitment for a single player game, in my opinion, and I kind of want to just get the meat of the game. And even like I remember playing that side quest that everybody
real
talked
quick. I'm
about.
sorry, Steph. Steph, you're really low.
Oh, my bad. My mic was underneath my face. Hey, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Is that better? But yeah, like I was saying, when I remember playing the quest, with the Baron or whatever, and that's a great side quest. But at the same time, I kind of want, I don't, I would rather just get the meat of the game.
Basically, you wanted the Call of Duty story experience. Get
No,
everything.
I mean,
Well, you could have.
if it takes
I mean,
12 hours to beat the
real
game,
quick, like
that's
you could have
fine.
totally not done the Baron quest. Like you didn't
Yeah,
have
but yeah,
to.
how do you know that? How do I know that?
Because in The
How
Witcher 3, there's literally a section when you pick out your
man,
quest that says main quest, the one
Dustin's
that
right.
says
man,
You gotta know
side
your
look,
stuff.
quests,
Right.
I'm
and one
going
that
wherever the
says
yellow dot.
additional quest. I like, dude, I just did it. Like, you could definitely just hit those main
Hey,
quests.
Dustin, I'm playing on the PC and I'm going wherever the yellow dot's at.
Yeah,
I ain't,
so you're just doing
But that's
everything.
the thing about what Dustin
I
was
didn't
trying to.
know.
Was it
I didn't know
Dustin?
till it was too late.
Was that what Dustin or Will was just saying? He was saying like game is so engrossing, so that's why you
Yeah.
just keep going. Like that's why Witcher 3 is God tier. Like there ain't no other game.
Oh
I think
no, I mean it's a
like
good. I'm not
it's
saying it's
kind of
bad.
crazy,
I felt like
but
I enjoyed the other one more because the experience was
A little bit
something
more
that happened
streamlined.
and
Yeah.
yeah. And this one is like I feel like they'll get that if they can make The Witcher 3 more like The Witcher 2 without getting rid of the open worldness of the game, then I think it would be a better game. That's all I'm saying. I
Yeah.
feel like it
I
was so
think some of the
far
side
spread out
quests,
that you
well, not some, a
like
lot
you
of the
miss so much.
damn.
Wait, real quick, Eric. Let Steph finish.
No, I was just saying that I feel like you miss so much good stuff that's not in the main story. I feel like they could put it all together a little bit better. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying. Not that it's
I feel you.
bad. It's just that it could be better. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead, Eric.
I know.
What other games were you playing?
Oh, Will.
Well, besides Witcher 3 a little bit because because the show was so good, and I kind of wanted to play open world. I was playing let's see here, man, so many games. Because I tried a lot of games on Game Pass too, but let's going back to Sekiro, which is a hard game. I'm up to the butterfly lady. She's fucking hard as hell. Played some Darksiders 3. That's a really good action adventure game.
Darksiders 3 is fantastic.
Yeah.
So fantastic that I suck at the game. I think I'm stuck at a part. The second. Yeah, the second end. No, not end. The second dam or the third. No, the third one. Yeah, it was hard.
The sin, whatever they called the
Yeah.
deadly sins, whatever
I
they call it.
can't. I'm stuck. And this is the start of the game. And I stuck. That stopped. I have to go back. Messed up, man.
Yeah, it's definitely harder than the other Darksiders
I
games.
love Fury though. See, I didn't know I was gonna like this. I have nothing against female character. I'm just saying I didn't know she was gonna be cool. I didn't know I could. I was like after death. Come on.
They're both all awesome. I mean, she's
Yeah.
pretty obnoxious, like her personality, but
Yeah, her
I guess
personality is like she don't give a
yeah,
damn about her brother. Basically.
yeah. I'm guessing she softens up later on because they have to be together at some point. So
I like the story, how it's been
Yeah.
leaking, like weird stuff going on.
Mhm.
There's something going on like that is not what's really going on. Like how the story was, you thought it was very
Yeah.
early on in the game. So that was.
Yeah, and Genesis is coming up soon, so that's
I'm
gonna be
gonna be playing the
Strife.
heck out of that game.
Yeah, you can play Strife, and
Oh,
actually a black voice actor finally for one of the Darksiders, so that's cool.
War probably. No,
Strife, yeah.
Strife.
Yeah, he has the guns that I think War and Death get in
So
their
good.
journeys.
And it has co-op. We all got to play.
Yeah, that's gonna be a cool game. I was playing some Gears of War 4 multiplayer. Oddly enough, not 5 but 4, because I wanted to kind of get a feel for it, see who's still playing it. Still fun. I was playing the casual match of that. It's pretty fun. Some Killer Instinct. I bought Indivisible, which was on sale for $27, and I used some Microsoft points, so it was like down to like 20 basically with tax. It's a good one. Apex Legends, I'm playing that again because PUBG season, I already maxed out my battle pass, so I want to kind of do Apex before that's over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
getting them games.
Yeah, dude. Ever since losing my job, I've been just hitting all the games. But
Nice.
yeah, Devil May Cry 5. I'm putting some work on that one. That's an awesome hack and slash. Even though like there aren't that many enemies on the stage as you would expect, but the combat's still super fun. Especially Dante. Dante is like super versatile, but him and Nero are fun. V is a little weird. He's kind of almost like an automatic. It's like you use familiars and then you stun them and then you get points for that, which is weird. Gears 5, I was playing some of the campaign. Just to kind of, I was getting some. I remember I was playing Gears 4. I was playing to get some of the collectibles, and then I kind of just went into the multiplayer for just to try it out again. Gears 5 just for fun. I had to get some collectibles in that too, a whole bunch of them. Darksiders 1, I was playing that. War Mastered Edition. A bit of Control, and I downloaded Metro Exodus yesterday. Wow, that game looks amazing. Like that's one of the best looking X games.
Yeah, that game. I have yet to play it, but
Yeah.
I already seen video footage of that on Gamerside. Like that.
Hey, you ain't played that either?
No, I gotta play it because I wanted to go back. I don't know if I told you and play all of them sessions. That.
Yeah, don't even worry about it, bro.
Yeah, I was playing the first one. I mean, I didn't. I just played a little bit of the first two. I might go back and play them and then go to Metro. I don't know. Maybe I'll play them all at the same time, but that's not good because then you kind of get confused.
Don't even worry about it, bro.
Yeah, that kind of catches you up with some of the story when you're like in the beginning. You see like scenes of the first two with like the train and the story leading up to it. But yeah, it's like that and AC Origins, Gears 5. Those are like real showcases for the X. Devil May Cry.
Oh, don't forget the most unsurprising showcase, Homefront 2. A lot of people forget that.
Homefront 2.
Homefront 2.
Yeah, I have that. That's using CryEngine. It's an interesting looking. It's not that like super fun, but it's
like the way you look at. Yeah, Homefront 2.
Homefront's trash.
It is, but did you hear what I'm telling you? Look, come on, turn that on. That game.
Turn it on, then turn that shit right back off.
It ain't a great game. It just looked real good.
Yeah. I forgot. Though. Yeah, I forgot. I was also playing Final Fantasy 12 because I got X enhanced. It's a fun game. I actually like it.
They went back and fixed the other.
Yeah, they enhanced 12. No, 13. I'm sorry, I'm 13. Nice. Wrong one. Yeah, 13, 13.2, and Lightning Returns. They X enhanced those. So I was kind of in the mood for a JRPG, and that one was one I've never played. So really enjoying it. It's linear, but that's kind of welcome because I don't really care if everything is open world. So it's a fun. The battle system is kind of convoluted though. That's a lot of different stances and stuff like that. It's weird. That's an excellent game. Also for Game Pass, I downloaded Descenders. It's like a bike game where you go down up in a hill and stuff like that.
Wow. Okay, I was just gonna get into that. I have not played it because I have not played it yet.
Yeah, it's like a dirt bike game, but you use bicycles.
I was wondering if it was good. I remember.
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun. It's pretty challenging though, especially to get the tricks done because you have to go at a certain speed, and like sometimes the hills aren't like
And you
good
go
for
off the
that.
hill, right? I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go right off the hill. It's like a realism game.
Yeah, it's like a very physics.
A sim or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. So definitely getting my money's worth out of Game Pass. So
Yeah, I'm just about to say that. I'm about to go in.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. And I first started my adventure with the game thing was getting into games. You know, you guys saying like I ain't playing nothing, so I had to check you guys. First off, on the Switch, I'm playing nothing but their demo. Dead serious. I haven't been playing the games. I played Blasphemous. That game's amazing. That's a hard game, but that's crazy. It's fantastic to look at. Um, it's like it's like Dark Souls and Castlevania, with like how to explain it? Guess like a realistic gore, and they will punish the hell out of you. Like you, and once you die in the game, you gotta go all the way back to like that. They got crazy bosses, mini bosses, cyclopses, and all this stuff. You gotta like block them at the right time, chop your head off, stuff like that. I played Arms on the Switch. Anybody play that game?
Arms?
Arms.
No, but I heard it looks like
Arms
a.
is one of the best motion control games I've played. I'm being dead serious with you. I didn't even know that they could do.
Yeah, it's kind of like Punch Out, right?
Yeah, I was amazed by how responsive it was. Like for real, I was like, wow, couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it was fun. It was fun as I was blocking, doing the combos and all. I was like, what? It was ridiculous. That game is fire.
Yeah, it's an early new eyepiece for the Switch. That was interesting.
Yeah, that one is. I don't know if they're gonna have a sequel.
That'd be cool. I wish it.
2K20 demo I played on the Switch. Talk about shocking. I don't even play basketball. Shocking how well it looked. Couldn't believe it. I was like, this is crazy. The way you could make your whole character and everything. You could transfer the data from the Xbox or PlayStation, put it right on the Switch. You have your same exact character. I played Octopath Traveler. Damn, isn't a lot of talking in that game. Beautiful looking game, but it's so much talking. That's why I couldn't.
It's an RPG, sir.
I know, but it was so. Come on, you played it. It was. These people talk. I can talk. You know that. I'm a talk. But
I
these
mean,
people.
I wish you'd shut up, but I mean, we.
Damn.
Tell us about
He be going in on it.
Oh,
Oh, really? Really? Wow. Okay. Anyway, what else? I played.
Oh, by the way, I changed the title of the podcast.
What? Oh, okay, good.
Just want to let you know, Eric. Witcher of the Caribbean 3 is totally.
Oh gosh. Okay. Anyway, I played also. I was able to get the Epic Game Store deal.
Oh, your free game or whatever.
Yeah. Oh man.
What'd you get?
A lot of games I got on. I got Darksiders 1 and 2.
Oh, nice.
The War Mastered one, with War and Death Definitive Edition.
See, you're lucky because the PC has 60 frames per second on the second one on Darksiders 2, but like on the X it's X enhanced, but it's still 30, so it's like
his was awesome. His was awesome. I got like all the Lego Batman 2, 3, and 1. What the hell? Little Inferno. I got Steep, Super Hot, Talos Principle, Totally Accurate Battle. I was like, there's a lot of damn. Into the Breach and Hello Neighbor. Now, funny enough, those games I get to all keep, but I played some of those on the Xbox. Tell you, I'll start off the games I played. Creature in the Well, fire.
Yeah, we talked about that one.
Yeah, I know. I got to play it again. That game is a fire game. If anybody haven't played it, that's a real puzzle. That one, I went back and played it last again because I was still playing. Remember last time? That game is very hard, but very good. I played Dead Cells again. That game is fire. Like Metrovania type of game, platformer, roguelike game. It's really good. It's so addictive. You will die every time. keep on playing. It's that type of shockingly enough, I went to play the Talos Principle game. That game was an interesting game, puzzle game.
What game was it?
Talos Principle,
Oh, the
very good
Talos
looking
Fence.
game.
Yeah, yeah. I've
Very
been
good
looking at
looking
that.
game, very challenging, and it tests your mind too. Um, the puzzles are very, I don't know how to explain it. They're super challenging. You're definitely gonna have to take time and think.
It's
But
like The Witness, right? Like similar to that.
yeah, it's kind of like that. Like in terms of thinking, you
Mhm.
gotta stop and think. And then later on, after the first second, you go into this other room, and it's like throne, where master puzzles are at. Can't do it. They got unlocked. It's amazing throne room, boy, highly. But they show you all these different other worlds you gotta go to, and some of them are locked, and in those other worlds are puzzles. You know what I mean? Like it's really deep. I really enjoyed that game. I haven't beaten it. I played the Pillars of Eternity, the Hero Edition. Wow, that game is really good. I've never played any of those type of games ever.
Yeah.
Just like it has a lot of talking, they know what they're doing. You know, I'm sorry to say because in Octopath, those people obviously don't know how to make the talking good. Like in Pillars of Eternity, it's super interesting,
Yeah, the
right?
dialogue is really good in the story.
It's really, really good. Even when they do the part with like the comic book scene, and I was like, holy snap, the comic book scene or whatever, the way they did the book with the pictures, you actually got to make a choice. I was like, what? I was like, wait, you got to pick. I was like, this is crazy. I have to pick the save or use one of my character's attribute, his abilities. I could kill him off, or like say, oh, I couldn't reach. Like say something
Yeah.
crazy. I was like, wow, that's amazing. So that game is fire. It's like an RPG. How to explain it? Made by Obsidian. It's like it's like it has it's like it's not just a dungeon, but it's kind of like say an ARPG. Is that the
Yeah,
best way to explain?
computer RPG, a CRPG,
Yeah,
I guess they call them.
yeah.
Yeah, the combat's it's a little intensive with a lot of stuff, but
Yeah,
I
it's
think
all
it's not too bad.
gotta pay attention. Story in itself, I was sold on. I think that's what really um the gameplay is good though. The gameplay is fire because you can get really deep. Because I was switching characters so much, like set wraps up. I was like, crazy. So it reminds me of Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, that's type of
Yeah.
yeah, it's a type of that's what Dungeons and Dragons game. Oh, sorry, my bad. Okay, let me keep on going. I played Hello Neighbor and turned it off because I don't know how to. I don't even know how to get in the house.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to do it. I played Human Fall Flat. I got past one of the one of the stages, the man, and that was it. I couldn't get why. That's a fun game. Super hot. I think I got past 3 or 4 stages and I get out of the damn back alley. I played My Friend is Pedro. That game is fantastic.
I heard good things about that.
That
Yeah.
game is fantastic.
Is
Yeah, it's a
that
cool
Game
game.
Pass?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
it's a good
got to
pass.
be the best 2D shooter. Well, did that come out last year? In a long time. Ain't no other game. That's it. It's Pedro. That's it.
Yeah.
That it was fire. Super fire. Like that's how it has like Matrix type of mechanics, slow motion. You could shoot things. You bounce bullets off the wall to kill enemies. All sorts of crazy stuff. Ride skateboards, kick people in the face. It's ridiculous. That game is fantastic. And I played Rage 2. Why didn't how
Sorry, everybody. Eric is breaking up badly.
um can you hear me?
Now,
Sorry, I was saying why did nobody tell me Rage 2 is fantastic? This game is beyond what I expected the game to be. Like wow, like the enemies in the game are some of the most enemies. I was fighting this dude.
Why is it like always blank out when you use an adjective?
I don't know what's going on.
It's like I can always like this game is the game of all time. It's
like the crucial parts.
Just the. And
I was saying like,
and I'm like,
2.
is it the shittiest game, the best game? Like, where? How would you define this?
Oh God. Hello?
Hello.
Am I good?
I hope. Good. Keep talking.
What I was saying, why did no one tell me Rage 2 was this game? This game is fire.
You know, oh my God. Every time. Every time. All right. Eric, is there any other games that you played before we wrap up?
That was it.
That was it? All right.
There
we
we
appreciate everybody for tuning in this week. We will be back next week on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Or no, 9 p.m. Eastern. One day I'll get that down. We'd appreciate if you write us in at letters@xboxuncut.com. But until next week, please stay safe and rock out, you know. That's what I do. All right. Peace out, everybody.
Later.
Later, guys.